Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Vivek Ramaswamy, and I want to talk about the nine manned American missions to the moon, and the 12 Americans that walked on the moon, and what really is America's greatest problem, right? All right, so I'm not going to bury the lead here. I guess I will. I'm going to make you wait for it a little bit. America did 9 manned missions to the moon, right? This is boots on the ground on the moon, right? 9 missions, 12 Americans, and no one else in the world has walked on the moon. And this is pretty astounding because this is truly incredible, right? America has put 9 missions on the moon. And by the way, in my humble opinion, we own the moon. Like, since we've been there 9 times, we've actually put boots on the ground 9 times, and no other nation on the planet has ever set a single other human, no non-American human has ever stepped on the moon. We own that sucker. We own it. All right, I'm claiming it. Like, it's, in my humble opinion, we own that sucker. It's ours. Done. Okay? And what's astounding is, here's the issue, right? The moment I realized, I was like, I know we went to the moon a couple times, so I looked it up, right? And it said 9 manned missions, 12 people have walked on the moon, okay? 12 Americans have walked on the moon. You know it, I know it. I didn't even have to look it up. I did look it up, but I knew it before I looked it up. No person of color has ever been allowed to set foot anywhere but this earth. Ever. Right? The Ward Cleaver Wall. You are Ward and you are male. Right? That's it. If you are a person of color, you are allowed nothing in this nation. And that's what the 2024 U.S. presidential election is truly about. Was President Barack Obama, I voted for him twice, was he a one-off? Is the Ward Cleaver Wall going to be turned by regressives who pose as progressives, right, into the Ward Cleaver bulwark, saying, I pretend to be progressive, but the reality is I vote to make sure that the Ward Cleaver Wall is where it is, and no one but a Ward male is ever allowed to rule, right? Or ever allowed to set foot on the moon, right? Like, and this is astounding, and I'll tell you right now, I am terrified by this. I have realized from comments on my videos why people are voting for Biden. There are a lot of people who consider themselves progressive, and they think voting blue makes them progressive. It's incredibly establishment. It ensures systemic prejudice, right? Voting for President Biden will ensure systemic prejudice for another 100 years. It will make the Ward Cleaver Wall a Ward Cleaver bulwark that no person of color will ever be able to climb over again, right? And I'm astounded how deeply, like, self-unaware these voters are. And I also have arrived at a place where I can understand why. I actually have more respect for Trump voters than I do Biden voters. Biden voters look themselves in the mirror and say, of course I'm prejudiced. They don't even pretend. They are marinated in hatred, and they know they do not like people that do not share the same skin color with those. What's horrible, so just vehemently horrible, it's disgusting. It is disgusting. Is people who claim to be progressive but are shaping our world in the most regressive, horrific way possible, right? Claiming progressiveness, claiming to appreciate inclusivity, claiming to be kind and tolerant, and then voting to make sure that the Ward Cleaver Wall is forever preserved, right? And there's going to be a ton of incredibly liberal people who claim progressiveness and will be making sure that they are fully unified in doing exactly what Trump wants, making sure the ward cleaver wall is bricked in titanium, right? And the reality is, in this thing, in the ward cleaver wall, right, the President Biden voters and the President Trump voters are united. They are 100% united. They're saying, hey, let's make sure no person of other color is ever elected to rule this nation again. And I truly believe if we get either one of these men, it'll be 100 years before there's even a 1% chance a person of color will be able to be elected again. The ward cleaver bulwark will be forever. It is horrific to me, and it is so deeply entrenched. And I'm begging you, please understand. Progressiveness is taking actual action, right? Not pretending to be progressive and then voting another ward cleaver in and solidifying gerontocracy and solidifying deep systemic prejudice, right? Like, if you want power to go to people of color, give it to people of color. Don't give it to another ward cleaver. Do not do it, right? And so it is but also I will say this really shocked me, right? America's greatest glories are also its greatest shames. We put 9 manned missions on the moon. We are the greatest nation in the world. The entire world put together has never done it once. We've done it 9 times. But when we did it in the most systemic, prejudiced way possible. We did it with the exact boundaries of President Biden voters. Only ward males need apply, right? I am so shocked at how deep these people are self-unaware, how deeply they believe they are progressive when their actions are so astoundingly regressive. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.